Dark Lord Supreme Leader Snoke is an enigmatic, powerful, dark side user, and one of the most powerful beings in all of Star Wars lore, not affiliated with the Sith. Snoke's very creation as a strand cast cone intended to air the legacy and dark spirit of Emperor Sheev Palpatine after his inevitable death aboard the second Death Star at the hands of his own apprentice, Darth Vader, was imbued with the darkness, with Snoke being embedded with a sense of the dark side of the Force ever since he was born, with many people originally theorizing and hypothesizing that Snoke was actually conceived out of the darkness itself and was a being to actually rival Darth Sidious himself in power at the time of his death in Return of the Jedi. However, despite this, and despite the fact that we saw Snoke over 5 years ago in 2015's Force Awakens for the very first time, there are still a lot we don't know about this enigmatic and mysterious Star Wars villain, and the eerie aura he provides, and what he truly is. So, join us as we take a ride through the First Order supremacy, journey through the ruin of the Supreme Leader's throne room, and venture to the clone operation facilities on Exegol, and figure out the true origins of Snoke. Today we are going to be reading a monologue, or a few paragraphs, from The Secrets of the Sith novel. The Secrets of the Sith novel is a novel that, in my opinion, paints the clear illustration depicting Snoke, his origin, and who he is. Novel is told in Palpatine's point of view, and shows his view on Snoke and essentially the entirety of the sequel trilogy. It picks up straight after his death at the Battle of Endor. With the Force as my guide, death would not be the final word in my story, but my fall would signal a necessary end to the Galactic Empire. If the vast and powerful forces I had accumulated could not perform their sworn duty and protect their own Emperor, they did not deserve to lay claim to this galaxy in my absence. For their failures, I would see them burn, and the galaxy along with them. Resistance, rebellion, defiance. These foolish notions gained strength in my absence. They could not be allowed to persist. As such, posthumous directives were delivered to the Imperial fleet via automated messages bearing my likeness. Operation Cinder was initiated, launching satellites to destroy key rebel planets as a final act of retribution. Soon, the remnants of my armada were united in one last battle above Jakku, unaware that they were being sacrificed as penance for the Negillians. With the Empire erased from existence, something new could rise in its place, and from beyond the grave, I would control its every move. As the Empire perished, I was born again. My consciousness transferred into a new body on Exegol. Alas, even all these years of its experimentation, the cloning techniques employed by my acolytes were inadequate. They could not create a vessel capable of containing my unfathomable power. Though my soul remained complete, the flesh designed to house it began to fail. To continue my plans for galactic domination, I would need a form worthy of my might. It was clear that this defective mortal shell would not be enough. My new body's deformities were severe, unable to leave Exegol. I would have to spread my influence across the galaxy through less direct means. As part of their genetic experiments, my followers had attempted to create another being that came to be known as Snoke. Although his body proved unworthy of containing my dark essence, Snoke's natural sensitivity to the Force would make him a powerful puppet nonetheless. Through my manipulation of Snoke, I began gathering forces, building an army capable of opposing the new republic that had risen in my absence. Through Snoke, I would make certain that the First Order would be mine to control. Snoke was a temporary measure at best. My faithful followers in the unknown regions still sought to produce a body worthy of my infinite might. Using a technique known as strand casting, countless modified clone bodies were produced from my genetic template. All but one of them were utter failures. The lone subject that survived the cloning process lacked any connection to the Force. I rejected this useless creature, but I chose to let it live. Even if this son was undeserving of my legacy, I surmised that the Palpatine blood rushing through its veins might someday become useful. As always, my theory would progress soon. Depicts Snoke's origins. Snoke was actually a clone, formed and created on Exegol biologically using the method known as strand casting. And if you want to know more about strand casting, check out a video that I'll link in the description. Strand casting is a unique method that is utilized in order to create clones. And Snoke was created using these methods. Strand casting is very similar to how the Kaminoans replicated Jango Fett's DNA to create a perfect template for the clone army ordered by Darth Tyrannus, and utilised in the Clone Wars. Snoke's true purpose and his origins depict that Snoke is a puppet, however not controlled by Sidious. Sidious was dying on Exegol, and he needed someone to be able to inherit his dark mantle while he was out of the game. Palpatine was immovable and was not able to be moved from Exegol via multiple different methods, such as transportation, hyperspace, or many others. Palpatine needed multiple different wires, mechanical implants, and cybernetic devices in order for him to remain alive, causing various stimulations and health packs in order to sustain his life. Palpatine's spirit may have been eternal through his use of essence transfer, an ability pioneered by Darth Endedu, an exceptionally powerful Sith Lord who emerged sometime after the Second Great Schism in 7000 BBY, and before Vitiate took over the Sith Empire in 5000 BBY. Snoke's full origins, in short, is the fact that Snoke was a clone. Snoke was cloned using a portion of Palpatine's DNA, and Palpatine, in turn, gave Snoke sensitivity to the Force. In my opinion, Snoke's Force sensitivity, while not extremely grand, was still up there with some of the most powerful beings in Star Wars canon. While I don't think as high as Yoda or someone such as Darth Plagueis, I do believe that his Force connection was roughly around the level of Mace Windu, with Mace Windu believed to possess a 16,800 midichlorian count. I believe Snoke would be slightly higher at around 17,000, perhaps a little lower, but I wouldn't place my estimations above this. Well, my friends, what did you think of this video? Did you enjoy this Snoke content that we are slowly and sluggishly releasing on the channel? Soon there will be a lore compilation on Snoke, so you can educate yourselves on all facts related to the Supreme Leader. Now, my friends, I bid you farewell. I am off to excavate the tombs of the Supreme Leader on board the Supremacy, and I'll see the Supreme Leader, the heir to the First Order, and his corpse mangled across the floor. Goodbye, my friends, and I'll see you in a galaxy far, far away as we search for more holocrons.